I'm going to share with you one of my favorite tips for teaching young readers, and it's actually something that I stole from med students, and it is flashcards. I know you're probably thinking these are just drill and kill practice, but the research has shown time and time again that for students all the way from preschoolers up through med students, the most effective way for us to learn something that we need to memorize quickly is through flashcards. And I'm going to show you why I love these flashcards so much and how I use them to make them research-based and effective for young learners. Okay. First thing, I love embedded pictograph mnemonics. Research has shown that embedded pictograph mnemonic flashcards help kids transfer letter sounds much more quickly, especially if you bridge them by using the traditional print after, which these flashcards have on the back. I really love these flashcards so much because they use the correct pictures that match the phonics sounds we're trying to teach first. And this is what I mean by that. So for example, we want to teach first that X makes the sound X. And that's actually not the sound that X makes when it's at the start of most words, like xylophone or X-ray. It's actually the final sound. So the X is like the trickiest one because you need to teach it as a final sound first, which is very backwards compared to how we teach all the other letter sounds. Another great example is O. O is going to say the sound ah, ah, ah. And a lot of flashcards or puzzles will have like an orange or something that like distorts that sound a little bit. That's called an R control vowel. And so this one uses something that's great. A third example is apple. A says ah, like apple, not ant. It can say that, but we're going to teach the short sound first. So these are really great to use. If you can't get these or you don't have them, you can also use traditional flashcards, but I just really like these ones and I found them so effective for my son who was struggling to connect letter sounds to the letters initially. When I use the flashcards, here's what I do that makes them effective space retrieval practice and not just drill and kill that wastes everybody's time and gets people frustrated. So when we're practicing the letter sounds, we're going to start with 3 cards at a time. And we're going to do that because if you start with 1 card, it's just the kid is just memorizing flashcard makes this sound. They're not practicing differentiating which letter makes which sound. If you want me to talk more about the order I teach letters in, I can do that too, but I won't have time in this video. The next thing that we're gonna do is, we're not gonna start with the whole deck because that's just too overwhelming at once. Once your kid has 3 letters down, you can start adding from there. When you're practicing the letters, I like to have them make the sound 3 times because I feel like that gives more like repetition to practice it. And I think my kids learn it much faster that way. So I'll say, this is letter A, it makes the sound ah, ah, ah. We hear the sound in apple, astronaut, act. I'm making sure all 3 words have that short A sound. Then once it's taught, I add it to the deck, okay? And then once we're practicing it, if I show the A, they get it right, it goes down. If they get it wrong, I immediately say the correct sound. Like, say they say what, I would say